What's up, everybody, and welcome to Weekday Wagers live on a Monday. Now, a little housekeeping note. This will be the only show this week as we're taking off the rest of the week for Thanksgiving. So we will not have any other shows, but you will be able to catch more stuff if you want to catch the content that we have putting out. We're going to put out some shorts as well as anything that we put out through social medias. So that any channel we have, whether it's, if you can follow us at weekday_wagers on Twitter, we're the most active, but follow all the guys. We'll always be pushing out content. We're going to talk to Mark here in just a second, but they did record 2 episodes with Chuck himself, little ROI soccer action as they discussed through different matchups. And so we'll talk to Mark about that and see how that all went today. But those shorter shows have been a big hit with everybody, and we appreciate you being a part of what we're doing. Now let's look back at how we did this weekend, and I was the guy that let us down. I was the one that went 1-3. The other 2 guys both went 3-1, but overall, it's still a 7-5 day, and so if it would have had some help from me, would have been even better. But overall, we're going to continue on, keeping on, and having a great week. Tonight, we're talking about the Panthers taking on the 49ers. We have our best bets as well as the primetime pay dirt, and we have a new winner of the NFL Overdrive. Finally, the chat took us down. So hopefully everybody gets in there and continues to play as we're having fun doing that. And we put out some shorts this time instead of doing one video, which was a big hit. A lot of people check it out. A lot of people made comments. A lot of people came after the fact and made comments letting us know how wrong or right we might have been, which is always interesting. But let's go ahead and bring in somebody who did go 3-1 this weekend. What up, Mark?
DG, how are we doing? It feels kind of weird, right? This is the last show for this week, and then we get to go celebrate the holidays and probably get a little decompression time in. But listen, apparently I'm riding that hot hand, and bad week to take a break.
No doubt. We want to thank everybody for coming over that have either been a part of a coaching company, which you love. Also, we've also had a lot of people that come over from Driving the Line that have been a part of this as well. So we're in the middle. Whatever issues happened in the past, we don't care. We can be the men in the middle if you want us to be. But realistically, we're doing our thing and we're having fun. If you want to be a part of it, great. If you don't, we understand. But coming over, I don't even know what that Helen's son Calvo. Yeah, that one's tough. Mark, what's the name?
Helen's son Calvo.
So hold on.
It's Helen's son.
Is this? It's Calvo. It's Helen.
Gotta be, right?
Gotta be. Calvin.
Makes sense. And by the way, huge shout out to all the early edge people who are finding us and coming over. So it's people are flocking from all directions.
Flocking. They say flocking. All right. Well, we're going to continue on, kind of beating the drum of us having the best chat in the business as we always do. Everybody's here, all the OGs as usual. But Mark, let's go ahead and talk about what we had happen last night. One, Blake Corum sucks. Like, what are we doing? Well, never bet on that guy again for sure.
What the hell was that?
Yeah, the Rams don't suck, and they put it on, and it was a snooze fest, even worse than the first half and the second half. After we went on at our halftime show of Sunday Night Football.
Yeah, it was the worst case scenario that we talked about at halftime, right? Where the Rams came out, they had everything in control and didn't have to do anything to win the game. They just literally waiting for that clock to run out. That was about it. And they didn't even let Corum run the ball to run the clock out. They decided that now's the time they're going to get Williamson involved. And so it was interesting. I think we saw a lot of Rams dominance in that game. And quite frankly, that's what they've been doing since they played the Ravens. I don't know if you know this, DG, or not, but since they played the Ravens, they were down to the Ravens in the first quarter, came back in the second quarter to lead the game. They eventually won that game, and they have not trailed in a game since then. That's 5 straight games that they have not trailed.
Wow. That's a stat for you.
Like that.
Does that mean that the Rams are for real?
Oh, wow. Yeah. I go back to, if you would have told me that the Rams would have been able to pull that off at any point this season, at the beginning of the year, I would have been like, yeah, I don't know that I'm following that. but they have quietly flown under the radar, and they have just been absolutely taking care of their business, dominant without a whole lot of fanfare behind them. They might make a run. I certainly like them a lot more now than I did to start the year.
Well, my second favorite Joe says the Rams are for real. I don't even remember who my first favorite Joe is, but he's somewhere. He's probably still watching, just not sending us any messages. But I do think that they're for real. But Helen's son Calvin or Calvo let us know that, and I think this is very funny. It's a horrible game for the Bucks to turn back to the Yucks. And on that, I want to ask. I know that we haven't heard any information on Baker Mayfield just yet.
Right.
But do you think that this could be maybe a spiraling time for a Buccaneers team? And let's separate two sides. If they don't have Baker come back because he's out for an extended period of time, or just if he is back, whether healthy or not, he is still playing. So separate the two. Do you think that they are, in a good spot where they can bounce back from this, or they just need to write them off? They're done.
Oh, God, they're in a horrible spot. They're not. Listen, if Baker Mayfield is down for any extended period of time, they already have a wide receiver room that is bare bones filled with who are they? And now you have your quarterback who is keeping you in those games. He's potentially down. We saw what the backup did last night.
Oh,
right?
Nothing. Yeah, Teddy Bridgewater.
Teddy Bridgewater is he needs to be water under the bridge simply because it just needs to pass. I think that this is a horrible spot. This is a worst case scenario for the Bucks.
We'll see how that all plays out, because I think there is still some life in that team. They're getting healthier. Mike Evans could be back in a couple of weeks, I hear, from wasn't it something with his shoulder or his collarbone, maybe broken collarbone, something up in the area up there. But let's talk about this game tonight before we get into our plays. We have a Panthers team that's coming in that aren't completely trash, which that's how they have been the last few years. And we're taking on a San Francisco 49ers team that they're not trash either, but they're also not the best of the 49ers in years past, right? They're not a juggernaut of a team. I'm curious how we go now. Like, do we look at this game of a 7.5, line, whichever way you want to go? Is this a game that you would target and look at the spread or even the total in one area or the other?
I think San Francisco's going to put boots to ass tonight and just stomp. Carolina, I'm sorry.
Boots to ass.
Yeah. Look, I think what we're getting a very, very overvalued Carolina team because Bryce Young finally had a decent game, right? I mean, he sucked all season long to get to this point, and they've been riding on the shoulders of Nico Dowdle, and it really low-scoring win games is what they've accomplished so far this season. They got past a disheveled Atlanta team with no Penix Jr. They're now facing a 49ers team who is starting to get their healthy people back. Brock Purdy's back. They're getting Ricky Pearsall. Rolex Ricky's coming back. And yes, he was back last week. They didn't use him at all. But I think that's more of a decoy. Let him get caught up with the game script. Let him get back into that flow. I expect a big game from Rolex Ricky tonight.
All right. First, there's no way you came up with that yourself for Rolex Ricky.
What do you mean?
You had to have heard that somewhere.
That's his nickname. That's what they call him.
They call him Rolex Ricky.
Yeah.
Who calls him Rolex Ricky?
I want to say I heard that on SportsCenter.
Really? Okay. Yeah. That's pretty funny. I'm just glad you didn't go the other narrative of, getting, as he's playing in the slot, he's getting mugged in the slot right there. I'm glad you didn't go that direction because that would have been bad.
No,
Rolex Ricky it's funny, but it's also, he got literally almost died from that. That can't be my nickname if I'm Ricky Pearsall, which I love as a receiver.
What are you talking about? You embrace that, and Rolex Ricky sticks.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I think it's a great nickname. If it was me, I wouldn't want it because I almost died from it. Okay. That's not what the direction. I'm not going to go like back alley Mark Sanchez or whatever his name might be, or drunk Sanchez. I don't know if you want to go that direction.
You should put a Rolex crown right on his neck.
God. Wow. All right. Well, that was pretty funny. All right. Going into the game, just overall, we'll spend just a few more minutes on it before we do get to our picks. But thank you all for hanging out with us. This is fun. I see the chat popping. It's a holiday week. People are either off work or honestly just chilling for the week. And I might be leaving tomorrow. My youngest, who has mono, who I think I've shared that on here, now is past 2 days waking up and vomiting with a 105 temp. Not exactly fun for the midnight. If you can probably see, there might be some bags under my eyes, sitting at 1:30 in the morning, waiting for a kid trying to cool her off in a bathtub. That's zero fun. But they're going to the doctor probably here in about 20 or 30 minutes. But I might not be traveling just yet. So if for some reason we have a surprise show, you're welcome, but don't bet on it because I do want to leave and I want to go celebrate the Thanksgiving time of the year, but also have fun with my family. But let's go ahead and break this game down completely. It is 7.5. The total has been around 49.5 just overall. People are saying this could be an over type game. Do you believe that?
No, I don't. I think that what we're going to see is a Carolina team that is going to do Carolina things in this game. Yeah, I just don't think that they're going to be offensively as effective as they have been. They're running into a San Francisco team that is starting to find its rhythm. And I think when you start to get all pieces clicking, it's going to be a really dangerous 49ers team. And I don't think Carolina is going to give enough push to get us over the total. I mean, we sat there last night and said, wow, that over is a lock, given that they scored so many points in the first half, and they came out in the second half and hung up a goose egg. So it's,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Nate G was not exactly thrilled from how that game went. So we'll see. But before we get to our picks, let's go ahead and hear from our guy, Seabass.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Seabass, the only 5-star chef in the game. We all know sports betting is full of bad beats and tough calls, but when it comes to flavor, there's no second guessing. Bassett's Blends is the plus EV lock of every meal. We don't need a stinking model. Crafted with winning spices and bold taste, Bassett's Blends comes in 3 flavors, original, hot, and no salt, that's gonna turn chicken, steak, vegetables, any dish into a can't miss cover every night. With Bassett's Blends, there's no bad beats, no flavor fades, just guaranteed greatness. Check out the link right here where you can pick up your Bassett's Blends for a guaranteed lock every single night.
All right. I have an emergency. Mark, I just texted you, but if y'all could go ahead and take over. We're going to go to the NFL Overdrive, and then if I can get back in time, I'll be able to give out my picks, but I'm going to go ahead and throw it to you here, Marcus, at the NFL Overdrive. Shout out to you, Tony, with a little 8 spot.
Wow. So yes, Tony, not only are you going to get the Venmo, I'm trying to catch up to make sure I understand what just happened here. Okay. Looks like it's my show. DG's out. So let's do what the hell we want. Yes, Tony, hell of a job with 8. I think that may be the highest we've had. 7 or 8. I don't know. But hell of a job. Kyle coming in with 6. Joe and I seem to be running neck and neck, and DG and Rob. Okay, first of all, it's not shameful, Joe. I'm brilliant, and you know it. So we will get the money sent to you. I think it's 2 months. And Tony, we have your email. So I will make sure we get a subscription to you for justthatsports.com, where you can go and get all of the model plays and everything for 2 months, absolutely for free. Getting to the wagers, I'm going to start with mine here. And I am going with Chubba Choo Choo, because this man has been an absolute, just a consistent producer. And everybody piles on Rico Dowdle. to get the rushing yards. Chuba Hubbard has cleared 14 and a half rushing yards in 19 of his last 20 games. He got to 14 in his last game. They didn't really need him. They were focused more on the passing game. I don't see that here. I think that with San Francisco, who gives up a lot of yards, especially to running backs, Rico Dowdle is going to take his breathers. And the best part about Chuba Hubbard is that he steps in and it's not a downgrade from an RB1. He literally could be an RB1 on any other team that he's playing for. I love this spot for him to go over there. DG is not back. As you see his empty chair. So I will just give you this one. He is going with Matt Gay to go over 1.5 field goals at -115. I'm trying to see here on our kicker's mind. You know what? I'm going to let him explain this because I know he's coming back. Just know that he likes Matt Gay to get at least 2 field goals tonight. That's still not him. He's still got the empty chair. We're just moving through. This is the first time this has ever happened. We're going to go with a little primetime pager. I'll tell you what. Let's have fun with this since he's not here. We're getting ready to go out on a holiday break. Why don't we put together a little people's parlay? And if there is put in your best plays. Put in your best plays, and at the end of this show, I will go do a people's parlay. We will put that up. We have something that we're going to be doing on a different little twist of the people's parlay coming up. For once we come back after Thanksgiving, it's going to be a lot of fun doing the graphics for it now. I'm super excited. But let's go ahead. Let's have a little fun. Drop in the play that you're on for today. Let's put together a nice little parlay and have this send-off show be a huge win show. I can tell you that the NFL Power 4 parlay is up on the site right now, and I am pulling that up for us because, you know what? Why not? I'm in a Thanksgiving. You can't have Thanksgiving without the little thanks and the giving, and we're thankful for all of you. And here's a little giving. So this is a great one at plus 232. And look, the only one on here, well, let me go back and say, so Brock Purdy is at an alternate line of over 210 passing yards. He's gone over this in 18 and 20 at home. Ricky Pearsall, 15 receiving yards. Okay. I think he has a bigger night than that. I actually expect him to have closer to 40 yards in this one, but all we need is 1, maybe 2 catches from him. He clears these. Chuba Hubbard. I just told you why I love Chuba to go over 15 rushing yards tonight. He is the only one that is not at an alt line. And then Tet McMillan to get 40 receiving yards. He has done this in 9 of his last 11 games. He's averaging 68. I love this spot. This is a juicy one. Normally they're in that 140 to 180 range. This comes in at a hot 232. So look, you take $50. By the time it's all said and done at the end of tonight's game, you're staring at 166 to get into a little of that. From a pay dirt standpoint, we got Jawan Jennings, Tet McMillan, Ricky Pearsall, Xavier Levitt, George Kittle, and Jatavian Sanders. I think out of all of these, I would probably have to say, is it Xavier or Xavier? It's got to be Xavier. Xavier Leggett. I'm assuming that he pronounces it like my son does. Xavier Leggett to get there. Give me the plus 400. I'll take that one. I think not only does Carolina get the ball first, I think they're going to be riding high. They're going to come out and produce offensively. Look for Leggett to get in the end zone first. And then, well, since DG's not here, This is the best part, is it? He's still not there. Here's what we got. I'm waiting to see. Derek, how you doing, buddy? I just saw you jumped into the chat. Okay, so we have one from Scott who says Juwan Jennings' longest catch over 20 and a half. I will get that down and find out if that makes the people's parlay. Any more in here? Come on, guys. I know you guys have some plays. Let's put a little people's parlay. Where is Scotty Y when we need him? Because Scotty Y always is asking for the people's parlay, and then we'll drop in like 4 or 5 picks. So for those of you who, I'm glad you're doing well, Derek, and we're able to jump in and catch up with us. DG is taking care of a family emergency right now, and is trying to make it back here. He gave us his Matt Gay to go over 1.5. Whoop, there he is, to go over 1.5. And I do see, but wait a minute. Good news. I see some stirrings off stage. So I think that we might.
Yo, we're back. We're back. We're
Thank
good.
God. Because I'm like, I don't know what the hell to do.
Right,
explain to everybody why you like Matt Gay.
Yep. So Matt Gay has, just looking at my notes, 1 second. Reliable kicker who is now back and kicking for the San Francisco 49ers because Eddie Pinheiro is out with a hamstring injury. So now Matt Gay on a short week is now stepping in for him. And so that's the main reason I feel good about this. Normally a replacement kicker, that's not the direction I want to go. He was released over in Madrid, Spain. Just so everybody is aware, 2 or 4 in that game. They released him on the ride back, which sucks for him. But Carolina's allowed 2+ field goals, 5 of the 6 games. And then San Francisco as a team, Eddie Pinheiro or not, has made 2+ field goals in 8 of the 11 games this season. So we like Eddie to go ahead and cash for us. But thank you all for allowing Mark to hold this thing down. Did you discuss the new videos for you and Chuck that just came out?
No, I didn't get a chance to do that. I know that that's what you and I had talked about doing. We decided collectively in your absence that we were going to do something a little different since this is the last day before we're gone for a week. So that's why you might be seeing some plays like Bryce Young, 200.
Yeah. Naz Reid, 10+ points for the people.
For the people. We're going to send this show off with a nice little short when we're done for a little Thanksgiving people's parlay.
No, I like it. I see everybody is putting in their plays already. So I thank you for that. Thank you for allowing me to run away because my wife said, yeah, my car's dead. And I have to be at this appointment here in like 10 minutes. And so I had to hurry up and somehow push the car down the driveway to be able to get my truck to jump it off, because the way they were positioned, there's no way to get her car out of the anyway, that's enough said. But yes, had to go jump it off. So that was the real quick emergency. So thank you all for allowing me to do that. Just
to be real quick, I'll Chuck dropped some knowledge today. Both videos are live. They're ready to go. One of them is a game, and they're both Champions League games.
Yeah.
One taking place tomorrow, Tuesday, and that's Chelsea versus Barcelona. Real interesting insight on 2 teams that have dynamically different styles of playing for Tuesday's game. So you're going to want to catch that. He has been absolutely, it's at DG. It's not even a joke anymore. It's scary to me how good he is at being able to translate and see things in games that take place. We talked about last week, Inter Milan and AC Milan, that they were going to see a lot of corner kicks.
Yeah.
I don't know how he does it. I just know that when Chuck speaks, it happens. And they ended up with like 12 corner kicks. The line was at 7.5.
Wow.
And yeah, so that cashed. And then on Wednesday, we're doing Sporting Libsyn versus Club Bruges or Brugge, depending on how you pronounce it.
I know it's Club Bruges, but maybe you might say it differently if you're across the pond. I'm not sure.
I don't know. That's what Charles told me. It could be it's either or, tomato, tomato. He said so.
Whatever. We'll listen to Chuck whatever he says because normally he is right on that one. So go ahead and check it out now if you want to be a part of what Chuck is doing on the side. If you want to get into more of his plays, we're trying to make him a part of the brand here because he does have so much good content, so much knowledge, whether it's soccer or other things. But mainly we're targeting the soccer right now, what we're calling a little ROI soccer. So your return on your investment. Speak of investment, top right of the screen is the QR code. If you want more of his plays, scan it. It takes you over there to his Patreon account, which will allow you to, look at more of his stuff. And if you are, and he said this, if for some reason you're like, hey, I don't feel good about a month or, a week or whatever it might be, contact Chuck, ROI Capper One on social media, and he will set you up with, a personalized, whatever it might be, 2-3 days, a weekend, just a day to see what it looks like if you want to, partake in it. So just check out his Patreon over there, and it's on, and his link is on there. I put it out as well from Weekday Wagers, our Twitter account today as well. So.
And if you're worried about not getting enough plays to justify it, dude covers everything except golf and MMA.
He's crazy, dude. He's crazy. All right, well, it's time for a little as we go prime time pay dirt here, and all right.
I already did this.
You already did this.
I gave out who I like.
Who'd you go with?
I am going with Leggett.
Okay.
I take at plus 400. I think it's tremendous value, especially since I see Carolina getting the ball first and coming out and trying to get that offense going and keep it going and ride the high from last week. I love this spot for them to come out and score first. I think San Francisco eventually just shuts them down and wins the game handedly. But I love Carolina to score first.
So you think Carolina scoring first with Xavier Leggett is a good look, you would say?
Yeah.
I wonder what his first it's plus 2,200 for a first touchdown for Mr. Leggett. May or may not have already put that in already in some lounge somewhere beyond the sea. All right, so I do like that. I do think he gets in. He's been, really good, especially as of late. My favorite on this board is Tetaroa McMillan. Plus 165 for a tutter is good odds. A George Kittle plus 140 is never a bad look. Kittle in the red zone for Purdy has been, a cash cow. But also another one is Jatavion Sanders, who I played his over 17.5 receiving yards already. That's how I would attack this. I like Leggett. He's a good look as well. And I love Pearsall, former Gator. I never be, not a fan of a former Gator. But my favorite in order would be McMillan 1, Kittle 2, and Jatavion as a sprinkle 3 is how I would play this. I think that's I think all 3 score tonight. If I'm being honest, I think all 3 score tonight because both these teams, 49ers and the Panthers, both give up their top 5 in tight end or touchdowns allowed to the tight end. And so I would look at both of those. All right,
it's got to be time for Kittle to start doing something, right?
Well, he's been good lately. Let's be honest. Like he's been pretty good, especially with Mac Jones. I thought he was really good, in my opinion. Okay. But we'll see. All right. Well, let's look at some of these. Miss Kim likes Kittle. All right. Cheesy.
Big cheesy.
All right. I'm feeling
insane.
cheesy here. He's saying the team total under 29.5. You think they go off tonight, which I completely do not think that way. So I'm more a big cheesy. And Mark, I'm not sure exactly how good you are at counting, but can you count the hammers on here?
That's 5. I don't know that I've ever seen cheesy drop 5.
That might be a mega mortal hammerlock well if I had to see one myself. Either he's sleeping with the fishes tomorrow, or he's sleeping in a mansion. Either way, like
one of the two. I gotta look to see. Holy shnikes! I was stunned.
Another one as you're. I know you're looking it up now because you're on the opposite side of it. But Purdy rushing yards over the 9.5. He's got 2 of the hammers, and so I'm curious how that goes. And Derek over here, Mega Mortal.
That's your
If
Mega Mortal Whale Max.
There's a lot of people that speak in those terms. We don't do that around here for sure, because everything we try to play it safe, because one, you can get smacked in the face just like I did. I went 7 of the last 2 weekends, and this weekend 1 and 3. My kickers definitely let me down. But yes, Cheesy going up against his team, as Joe says. We'll see. But yes, the boogie, that's definitely a play on words. It's not really much of a laughing at them / making fun of them. Yes, but that's why Trent is the way he is. Whatever. I will never be that way. But listen, if it works for him, it works for him.
I will say that the model has the 49ers projected at 28.5. So it is like right.
That is not a mega mortal hammerlock well.
No, I might have dropped it down to like a screwdriver, like maybe 1 screwdriver.
All right, well, go ahead and keep getting your plays in here for the people's parlay. I've seen a lot, but I haven't seen a ton over here. Just looking through the different comments on here, so I want to make sure that everybody's getting them in. That way we do something. And if there's something that you have in mind that we want to do throughout the holidays, let us know. We want to make sure that we put out the content that you're looking for, but we're going to make sure we put out some shorts here and there. We'll always have our plays up. Where, Marcus Aurelius?
Over at juststatsports.com. Get over there. Use code DATA or DATA, tomato, 100. Gets you 50% off your first month. I'm telling you, the play of the days alone, we cashed 4 of the last 5. This is today's play of the day. I love this. I think all 3 have a legit. All 4 have a legit. I know 3 of them are on alt lines. Chuba Hubbard is the only one who was on a straight line. Dude's a beast. He's averaging 61 over his last 20 games.
All right, well, go ahead and get these in now. We have Brock Purdy, 210 plus passing yards. Pearsall, 15 plus receiving yards. The Chuba Hubbard, which you like, obviously on a play itself, 15 plus rushing yards. And Teteroa McMillan, 40 plus receiving yards. Put them all together, a plus 232. I like that. All right, so that's going to be pretty much all we have today for this show. We want to make sure that we're giving you the content that you so deservingly should be getting. But Mark, there's so much happening right now, so many other sports. I know that everybody's been watching some football tonight, whatever, but there's so many games. There's literally live games happening right now. And so if you had to pick a favorite right now, where would you go?
Feast week is real in college basketball, and you got a lot of great matchups happening on neutral courts, neutral venues. I saw Joe put in the chat that he's going to be at that Gonzaga Alabama game tonight in Vegas. That is a heavyweight fight.
Yeah,
happening in the start of the season. It's a great time of year because you got college basketball kicking up, and like you get matchups like this. There's some great hockey being played right now as well. If I had to pick one, I'm sticking with college basketball.
So that's going to be your number one you go to. I think that's kind of where I would be looking at as well. That's the game I want to see the most. And it's night. It's like a later night game.
Yeah.
And so if this game gets off to a suck fest where it just sucks overall like it did last night, then we'll be able to, turn that on and enjoy it. But there's been another question, and I want to make sure that Walsey here has a really good one. Speaking of Thanksgiving, ham or turkey?
Bring this up.
You already brought it up.
No, I didn't. No, I said I wanted to. Yeah.
Ham or turkey? Or both?
I don't even know how this is a question, to be honest with you. Thanksgiving is turkey. Period. End of story.
You don't have both?
Oh, on Thanksgiving? No, I think, and here my wife is doing something that I think is very alternative this year because I'd rather have turkey done multiple ways than turkey and ham on Thanksgiving. We're doing a duck, goose Thanksgiving. Duck 2 ways, a goose, and then a turkey.
Like a turducken? Are you doing a turducken?
No, 4 birds, standalone, all different, done differently. So the duck is being dubbed. I'm deep frying the turkey, which I love to do. Yes, no one anywhere eats ham on Thanksgiving. Wait a minute.
Kim says turkey for Thanksgiving, both for Christmas. Do you agree?
Yes. Yeah. Ham and turkey for Christmas. Absolutely.
And Derek, I'm on your side. Just both. It doesn't matter. I'm listen. I'm a fat kid. Like I got big bones. For a reason. I didn't grow these things by not eating both, and so I would say both if I had to choose. But if you had to pick one after Thanksgiving, not on Thanksgiving, the day after Thanksgiving to reheat up because you're eating leftovers, no matter the holiday. Which one after the holidays are over, whichever one you eat?
Oh, see, that's not fair because so here's the day after Thanksgiving. Okay. And we have done this for the last 25, 30 years. Day after Thanksgiving, for dinner, the meal is what I call turkey crisp. And it is a play on an Italian dish, but it's diced up turkey bits that you fry up in olive oil and garlic and all these seasonings, get them nice and crispy, little bite. Serve it over pasta, lots of Parmesan cheese. It is absolutely amazing. That is my favorite meal at Thanksgiving.
Yeah, well, that's a great look. And Derek says, I think it's a Southern thing. Like in the South, we just eat, honestly, whatever. If it's good, we eat it. That's why we do both turkey and ham.
Yeah, but ham is great too for all the uses outside of it, right? I mean, you talk about mac and cheese, Scott potatoes, the melts. Yes, the list goes on.
So what I like to do, I do both, but they're not for lunch. So turkey sandwiches for lunch. Take them, and you depending on how big the pieces are, you could actually slice them into the long ways and then layer them over your sandwich. But ham, even though it could be the honey glazed ham, you just cut it and then you fry it with eggs in the morning, and then you have some ham and eggs. And my God, boy, you're talking about straight to the gut. It tastes delicious. And so, yes, that's how I take those on. I love talking about food. So let's keep this thing going.
For lunch the next day after Thanksgiving, is there anything better than a Thanksgiving sandwich?
No.
It's everything, right? Because I go absolutely I go crazy. Mashed potatoes, gravy, stuffing, turkey. Yes, I even throw green bean casserole on it. Swoosh that down, heat it up like a little panini. It's heaven.
This is a great question. Stuffing or dressing? And there's a difference that people don't know. I know, I'm assuming you know, but there is a huge difference.
Do you want to share the difference?
Yeah. So, like dressing is like a more of a breaded, so it's cooked. I would say, baked. Same thing, very much so. The dressing is, the stuffing as well. But the stuffing sometimes will be put inside of a turkey and pulled out, depending on how you do it. But it's less breaded. And I know that's the main difference. So I don't know if you're one way or the other, or like or love or hate one or the other.
They're both dressing. That's the difference between dressing and stuffing is one is used to stuff the bird as it's cooking and then removed and served up.
Everybody is saying stuffing. I am shocked.
I love stuffing.
All right, this is it. It has to be okay. It's got to be a Southern thing. My wife, their family, phenomenal cooks. They're Italian, and so they know how to cook. Okay, I do not. I grew up on bagel bites and pizza rolls, but I love dressing, and it is more of the cornbread type dressing, and there is a difference.
Yes.
That is what I enjoy with gravy on it. The stuffing, it's got too much celery. It's and the stuff in it that just isn't. It doesn't make you feel good. You eat it, but you're like, it's just so bland. Like, why are we trying to be healthy? It's Thanksgiving. Let's be fat together. Like, I want to go take a nap.
Speaking of fat,
yeah, that's not the direction I'm going. So it must be a Southern thing where we like dressing more.
Deviled eggs. I agree with Cheesy on this one. Underrated Thanksgiving app.
The only time I'll eat a deviled egg throughout the year.
Is that Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving.
Look at
that's
that.
it. There's so much I want to get into. Listen, this is our only show of the week. Maybe. Depends on how this thing goes at the doctor here with the kiddo. But
I do agree with you. When I lived in Alabama, I learned about cornbread stuffing, cornbread dressing.
Okay.
And I fell in love with it. I think that's delicious as a side dish. I don't have the confidence to try to pull that off and make it on my own.
My aunt does it. You could probably figure it out.
But I'm with you. I don't do celery either, so I usually cut whatever recipe calls for celery. I cut by at least half.
100%. We don't need the celery sticks, guys. We're not trying to do all that.
Right.
All right, let's go to dessert, and this will be the last thing we hit on because I know everybody. One, I enjoy that everybody enjoys this stupid BS stuff.
That's another one.
All right, yeah, let's go. Yeah, go to that one. Fried or baked?
Oh, gotta be fried.
I like fried more. It's tough. It's not easy to fry turkey. I'm not saying it's hard, but it's a lot of prep comes into it. You can blow up your house, which is not something I would do.
Oh, there's a little risk, high reward.
There's also another a personal note to this. My wife just came in here. I was jumping her off her car because my kids got in there yesterday and played and left the light on, whatever. Kids do that. But she looked at me and goes, if this goes bad and she has the flu and we can't go, I have nothing for Thanksgiving. I have no meals, nothing, because we didn't buy anything. We didn't even go grocery shopping yesterday. We normally do. And so my first thought was, we can't get a turkey. Like at this point, I think they're probably all sold out, but who knows? I might find something. But yes, I was thinking of how would we cook it? And the only thing would be the easiest at this point, short turnaround, is we're going to bake it. And so, yes, we would have to bake it. I would rather have it fried if I had to, if that's the way we're doing it. But somebody just asked, white meat or Scotty Too Hottie, which I love. You're embracing the Scotty Too Hottie, the picture there. White meat or dark meat?
Dark. It depends. It depends how we're using it.
We're putting it in our gullet. That's how we're using it.
Just to eat. If I'm gonna go for a cut of turkey, am I going for the breast or the thigh meat? Give me the thigh. I want that dark meat. It's just so much more juicy, much more flavorful. For sandwich purposes and for that turkey crisp purpose, having a little drier breast meat crisps up a lot easier and becomes very tasty there.
Yeah, and that's kind of where I love dark no matter what. I'm gonna get the dark, even if it's for the complete sandwich. And the next morning I'm gonna try to find all the dark meat on there. But we have just recently switched to, we were doing the drummies, because kids like, the chicken throughout the week, and it's an easy thing. You throw it in, whatever, it'll bake. We just recently switched to the thighs because they're juicier and we all like them better. They're probably not as healthy as maybe the legs aren't that crazy healthy. Not as healthy as the breasts are, but it's still all chicken. It's the same animal at this point. We're just pulling it apart a different way. But we do like the thighs a lot better. It gets a little bit more of the zhuzh, as I like to say.
Do you have a smoker?
I don't.
Okay.
I want to get one. I think I'm actually going to ask for that. Be my one big gift for Christmas is ask for a flat griddle grill.
Yeah.
Have a smoker attached or add whatever, something. I don't know. I have an old grill. My wife bought it for me before we were married. I believe it was right when we got engaged. She brought me my grill, and she just looked at me the other day. She goes, "That was probably the best gift I've ever bought you," because it's been almost 11 years now. And I've had the same grill. We've moved 3 times since. Had 2 kids. So yes, I think it's time for an upgrade. All right.
Desserts.
I hate cranberry sauce. My wife doesn't love that. I can't do it. Let's go to. I could probably spend the next hour on dessert.
The only time I use cranberry sauce is for my sandwich the next day.
See, I don't like it.
I'll just put on a little bit.
Not a lot, girl, just a little bit. The dessert. If you had to name one, because I saw this and I don't want to throw the whole conversation off, because I know Scott asked pecan or pumpkin pie, but then Boogie, what the F? Coconut custard? That's not even real. That can't be real. Are you on Survivor and you're trying to like use your coconut to make a pie and it's Thanksgiving? Like, there's no way coconut custard is the thing. Can't be. Never heard of it.
Boogie, I feel you. It is a thing. I am not a fan of coconut. So just know that. My mother-in-law is a huge fan of coconut cream pie and coconut custard. So I know that that's a thing because we always have to have it for Thanksgiving dinner for my mother-in-law. I can't personally eat pecan pie or pecan pie.
I don't like pecan.
So
cheesecake.
That was actually my favorite dessert. There is a pumpkin mousse cheesecake that is absolutely it is so good. We make 2 and I keep one just for me.
All right. That is a fat kid. At least you're being honest here.
100%, right? I did it. This body shape, dude, when I go to the doctor's office, I love how he's always shocked, like, oh, you're not really losing that much weight. And I'm like, you haven't asked me what I eat.
Yeah. Joe says pumpkin cheesecake.
Amazing. Yes.
It's always good. What is the mousse? You said pumpkin. I don't know what the mousse is, but I just know.
So you take like a pumpkin pie filling.
Mm-hmm.
So you take the pumpkin pie base, you fold that into a Cool Whip or like a whipped cream, and it airs up and gets real light, and you put that right over the top of just a very plain cheesecake. It is so damn good.
Yeah, I had no idea. I just eat it. I don't really ask questions most of the time. But Helen's son, Calvo, is talking about sweet potato pie, and I've seen this now a few times come through here. One, graham cracker crust. I think it has to be like you have to, in my opinion. I think that has to be a have to. Yes.
Yeah.
It's fine. It might be, and I hate this because this is your first show. I do believe. I think it's the most overrated dessert of Thanksgiving.
My issue with sweet potato pie is it's also we don't serve pumpkins with our Thanksgiving dinner. So having
no pumpkin like pie.
You didn't let me finish. I said for dinner we have pumpkin pie for dessert. So my issue with sweet potato pie is you have sweet potatoes as a side for the dinner.
Okay.
I don't want to have it as my dessert.
I got you. Okay.
You see where I'm going with that?
So you like the sweet potatoes, like a sweet potato casserole?
Yes. Yeah.
But
Give me the sweet potato casserole.
I'm not sure for dessert too.
Right.
I listen. I get that, and it's fine. And listen, I get it's not bad. I'm not saying it's bad, like disgusting. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I feel like it's overrated because like I have so many other options. I would not pick top 5, which I know a lot of people do have sweet potato pie as a top selection, let alone top 5. But I've just not. It's not been for me, and so yeah. And me and Derek are finding out we're very much in simpatico today because
there's going to be a My 23andMe test done here shortly.
I'll go. I'm on there. Look me up, Derek. You can find me. We're probably related somehow. All right. Last thing. I know I said this is our last thing, but everybody in here is just like killing it. Kim saying she's so hungry. Thanksgiving is still Saturday. I'm gonna probably start eating now just to make sure I'm ready for it. But I see that Scott's asking about the drink of choice. Is it just a light beer? Like, are you like gonna do something different? Okay. What are we doing?
As I'm cooking.
Oh, hold on. Did you get one in the shower too? Since we're going play by play, like I got a shower, drink, and then I got out. I'm gonna start my cooking, or the shower might be after, so you don't smell like smoke. So, are we doing this play by play throughout the entire day?
No, what are you talking about? A shower drink, dude?
Have you never had a shower beer?
Oh yeah. No, I've had one, but okay. So no, I'm not smoking anything for Thanksgiving.
Just go ahead.
Okay, so start out for having I'm gonna sound like a raging alcoholic. This is going to be such a horrible look for me, by the way. But anyway, here you go. You want the truth? Here's the truth.
We're all friends.
As I'm cooking in the afternoon, right? We get going in the afternoon, start going. I will have white wine as I'm cooking.
Okay.
It will then go to dinner, and I will have red wine. As it depends on how I gotta make sure nobody can hear me. It depends on how the family dynamic goes.
Oh.
On whether or not I'm staying with red wine until the end of dessert, or I kick over to bourbon. But the night will always end with bourbon and guitar playing.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. In fact, for this Thanksgiving, we've had gigs either the Wednesday before Thanksgiving or the Friday after Thanksgiving for the last 4 years. And so I'm playing Friday night at a regular big gig. So
nice.
Yeah. Thanksgiving night will be just a warm up.
Gotcha. Well, I see not everybody is a big drinker. People partake in different ways, which by all means, do your thing. I don't think that is missed on many, we'll say.
Not opposed to that either.
Yeah. I will say mine, I'm not a big, I enjoy drinking. But I would always start mine off if it's in the afternoon. I'm going to find, and this is probably going to sound so corny, but like I need a vodka drink. I just need some mix. I'm not a seltzer guy. So I don't like the bubbles for the most part. I'm not a big bubbles guy, other than champagne, which if we're doing champagne, let's pop some bottles. Let's do that. But I'm going to try to find a juice to go in there wherever it is. Like usually I just go to the store and buy juice, especially if we're going down to Fort Worth. But I'll either like some type of a juice. It might be a pomegranate. It might be a lemonade type juice, whatever. I'll find something. I hate Trulies. I can't do Trulies. Too bubbly for me. But or like a Red Bull vodka. Like I'll start off with something like it's got a little vodka and then go straight to beer. Problem is like maybe 5 is my limit on beer. Like I get so full from beer. I can only do like 4 or 5 max. That's if like I'm drinking all day.
Which is why on a Thanksgiving, like on a holiday, yes, I will stay away from beer simply because, dude, I'm a fat guy. I don't want to fill up on the beer with all that food right there. Give me the food. I'll drink the beer later.
But I hate going straight from, and I might go to a tequila maybe, depending on how the night's going. But I'll go straight from like a vodka to a beer most of the time because I want to get to the bourbon. Like the idea is to get to bourbon. And so I have to find a mixture.
I love these recipes coming in. I'm like, oh shit, I got to try that.
Oh, that's good. Tito's from Austin, Texas. Little Tito's vodka. Tito's, Sprite, cran grape. So a new one I tried was lemonade, Sprite, and vodka. I drank that all summer because it's I can't remember what it was called. It was like a Tito's. It was Tito's American vodka or something. So they named it something, American drink or something like that. And so I got the idea from there. And so anyway, but yeah, I'll go to 3 or 4 beers or whatever, and then I'll go to some type of bourbon. I don't really have a preference, but yes, I'll do some type. And liquid IV and vodka, perfect. So yeah, you can squeeze a lime in there, great too. I'm fine with all that. But yes, I don't need the soda part.
If you like the lemonade and that aspect of a drink, do you like shandy beer?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Because I learned when I was over in
summer
Germany,
shandy.
Except over in Germany, what they do is they literally pour lemonade into your beer as you drink it, so it becomes much more watered down. It's not as heavy, but it still tastes really, really damn good.
So I only have those usually during like summer because it's a lighter.
I'm just suggesting that's no way to approach. Maybe if you're going to be drinking beer and you don't want to get full, that's a way to approach it. And you're like, oh yeah, you ask the host for some lemonade to pour in your beer, and everybody starts looking at you like,
correct.
Okay, no, just give them some vodka.
Yeah. All right, and this will be the last thing out here. This is funny because it very much plays into mine. He says, liquor before beer, have no fear. Beer after liquor. Is that right? No, liquor after whatever. Anyway, never been sicker. Yes. But what if you go liquor, beer, liquor? Then it doesn't matter, right? You've completely confused it.
It's what you finish with.
Right. I'm just saying. So I'm okay.
It's as
Mythbusters, they proved them wrong.
That's right. What kind of scientific test went into that one?
Right. All right, this got on way too long, but I appreciate everybody hanging out with us. Cheesy's here, repping his Niners today. But yes, we don't expect to be the rest of the week. We'll be on here. Social media, if you need us, hit us up. Be more than happy to answer any questions you might have. But we want to make sure that we're doing this together. But yes, happy Thanksgiving to everybody for sure.
And I just wanted to say, first of all, in all seriousness, thank each and every single one of you in this chat that has followed us here on our journey. I cannot tell you how grateful we all are to have you a part of our lives as much as we are a part of yours. It means the world to us, and we are so grateful and thankful for each one of you. Truly, I wish all of you a wonderful holiday, and can't wait to see you guys that Sunday night.
Yep, no doubt. Well, we're gonna have a good time for sure this week. It should be fun-filled. Hopefully, I get out of here and actually can start my Thanksgiving week now that that Monday is over and my kiddo gets some good positive feedback. We're not completely sick; we're just half sick. Maybe we'll see what happens, but that's all we got today. Thank you all for hanging out with us. We made this much longer than we expected to, but I think that's because we want to make sure that we, just go with it and have fun. And if it takes us to an hour, it takes us to an hour. But in all seriousness, as Mark said, have a happy holiday. Be safe out there. Truly be safe.
Be safe.
Don't make stupid decisions. But Rob's out on the beach right now, hanging out with his family, having a good time. And hopefully you're all going to be having a good time as well. But it's a big week. It is Cowboys, Chiefs. I'm not going to be far down the road. If I find myself there, just know I will make sure I let everybody know that I was there in a big Cowboys win. But that's all we got. Thank you again for making us a better part of your day. We'll see you later on the week.